Hey VC, it's Alexander from Wax and Wine, and I'm back. Year-end wrap-up. Some of my top finds. I'm just kind of trying to get to the meat of it. Some of the biggest thrills that I found during the year. Fantastic year for me. I always enjoy finding stuff at thrift stores. Seems like they're getting wise to a bunch of people who are in there every day looking for records. So it's not as easy. But I found some cool deals along the way. So here we go. Here are some of my top editions. I did a lot of trading this year, including acquiring this piece. I had dropped off a good chunk of records at Amoeba, and so I had all this credit. I was a little shocked how much credit they gave me, and found this on the wall. And this is an amazing record, 1969's 5 Leaves Left by Nick Drake. Super beautiful songwriting, wonderful voice, kind of a tortured soul, right? That's kind of what makes the most compelling stuff. And you see it says 1976 Antilles Press. And it's also got a savage cut, right? Sometimes these promo cuts got a little wild, but very happy to have it. Super clean. Looks like it had almost never been played. This is, for most American collectors, kind of the easiest way for us to get in, is these like mid-70s pressings. I don't know if you guys have looked recently at what these cost on Discogs. If you were to get a 69 UK from him, yeah, you're gonna be spending upwards of $400 to $500 for, depending on the record. So very happy to add Nick Drake. I'm very happy with represses as well, just as long as they're well done and I don't have to pay an arm and a leg. So again, really, really lovely music. And in fact, I really love that record. I got it on CD earlier in the year just to kind of satisfy the itch. And then lo and behold, a 76 popped up at Amoeba. So whistle clean, just that crazy cut. Now this kind of goes, again, I don't have any thrift finds, right? I have nothing too crazy like last year, but this will qualify. I was in a shop in Oregon, and another shop that really, I love used records. I like finding the value in used records. So if I could get this for like 15 bucks as opposed to buying it brand new, say at a Walmart or Target or what have you, for $30 to $40, or Amoeba, I don't go to Walmart or Target, but wherever you buy your records and you buy a new repress, they're expensive. So, and in fact, Walmart did a whole thing with this band, and those are really nice reproductions, and I bought a few of them because my brother was super into it. But then at a record store that doesn't have a lot of used, they had, I'm not even kidding you, they have this many used records, right, in their entire store. And it's not that small of a store. It's actually very pretty in there. A lot of beautiful stuff. But yeah, so the first record I see in the used bins, Metallica and Justice for All. And I will show you, because it kind of qualifies as a thrift find in a weird way. $50. So I thought, that's weird. That's either not original or it's not clean. And you know what? It's neither of those things. It isn't original. It's a club copy, and it's very clean. So there was some, there's like a touch of discoloration. Looks like maybe a water damage on the spine, but 50 bucks. I was thrilled. I was tickled pink. So very happy to add that. Reminds me of my brother and my sister. I'm sure they're watching and rolling their eyes, because I didn't really grow up with that music. That was their music. But I'm in, dude. I'm in for the audiophile experience. Okay, speaking of audiophile, holy shish kebab. So got this. I actually was not, I was enjoying myself with some fine beverages, had some friends over, and I'm so record obsessed that I bid some crazy amount on eBay, and I'm sitting there with my friends, and then I look at my buddy and I go, "Ooh, I think I just won that record." And he goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Oh, I'm just bidding on some crazy record from Japan. Clifford Jordan, In the World." There we go, from the Dolphy series. So not only did I pay a nice chunk of change, I also had to pay for shipping. Yowza. But yes, very happy to have that. Obviously, we're looking for bead glass music, but boy, if every collector isn't. In fact, I heard my buddy there, Lovell, out in Chicago, saying that's the one he's after. I would be happy with Marching On, man. No, but I'm very happy to ever add a Strata East. I actually added Cecil McBee's Mutima, which I was just spinning before this. Okay, now we're getting into the heat. Let's go into this. This is a record I had wanted for a very long time. I had a really successful trip up in San Francisco, Santa Cruz. Claudia and I love to get up there. So she gave me a little time at Amoeba, and I saw this in the Jazz New Arrivals. I didn't think anything of it because I wanted this record for a very long time. This is Bill Frisell. This is on Blue Note. Good Dog, Happy Man, or is it on Nonesuch? Yeah, Nonesuch, sorry. And they had $30 on it. So anytime I see a record absurdly low, I kind of feel like, all right, the person who's pricing it obviously knows that there's a defect and doesn't want to give it away, but happy to give it to somebody at a cut. There's nothing wrong with this record. This record has never been played. It has the CD inside, so I get a twofer. I remember buying the CD on eBay 4 or 5 years ago for like $10. It cost me $30. So it goes for quite a bit more than that, but it's just kind of him. Bill Frisell kind of goes all over the place. He's obviously an incredible guitarist, but this kind of record really sings. So he has this and he has one other one on Nonesuch that are just freaking stunning. And so happy to have that. And for $30, you know. And now we'll go here, kind of my last jazz heavy hitter. I saw this on Record Safari's Instagram, and I work on Saturday mornings. I do my side job. Not very easy for me to get over there. But I got over and they were having a sale. So bless their hearts, they're frequently doing sales, 20%, 25%. 25%? Might be making that up. 20%. This one took quite a bit of a haircut, and it was the last one. They had a bunch of jazz heavyweights. The wonderful young lady at the counter, she's amazing. That whole team is fantastic. But she said, yeah, there were people almost getting into fistfights for some of those jazz records. And I don't doubt it, man. Alex posted some really incredible stuff. But to my surprise, as the dust settled, this was still on the wall. So plus the sale price, and I got myself a very clean 1963 US copy on New Jazz, Mr. Roy Haynes, the fantastic drummer. Killer stuff. Yes, I did still pay a lot, even though there was a sale price. Okay, the last one I had just posted on my vinyl finds, my last vinyl finds of the year. Go back and watch that if you haven't seen that. But this was a record I wanted to use in the vinyl tag. So I can't wait to see 2026. There's always that 50-year later question. But this hands down was my favorite record for 1975, even though that was a stellar year of music. If you can believe it, I picked up a flawless copy. Yes, there is a cutout in the corner. Timing strip, white label, pristine. It's the only copy of this I have, and I obviously have it on CD. But yeah, $24.99. That is, I don't know if it's the greatest Bob Dylan record, but it is probably the greatest Bob Dylan record, right? I mean, it's all subjective, whatever you like. I like lots of periods of Bob Dylan, but that record just pound for pound, song for song, so much firepower in there. And that'll set up the very last record, the trippiest of the bunch. I'm bookmarking my Vinyl Finds 2025 best of the year. Actually kind of my latter half best of the year with this. Saw this at a shop up in Ventura, California. This is Nick Drake's Pink Moon. This is a US copy. In fact, it is a Los Angeles original copy from 1972. So I started with the 69 5 leads from 1976 repress, and now we have Pink Moon. So if you don't know this record, this one is really kind of where it all fires up. This is around the time for me, right? I'm like graduating high school, Garden State comes out, and you know, you got Volkswagen being like the ultimate DJ for their music, for their commercials. I mean, this is just high life for record discovery. So I have this on CD. I had it forever. Never really thought I'd find a copy. US original, very, very nice price. So yes, it was north of 200, but yes, it still was a very fair price. And yeah, original, freaking super clean, nice and quiet for some of these really beautiful passages. Just listen to the title track if you don't know it. I'm sure you do. That's it, guys. Those are the records. Cannot believe it. Hope everyone is well. Again, looking forward to what we have in store for 2026. I hope you're all well, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.